So as the number of cases rise exponentially, I believe there was 15,000 new cases added yesterday, 5,000 4 hours ago. We have the New York Post putting out a very irresponsible, ridiculous article. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So it says, the gross and uncomfortable way doctors test for the coronavirus. Let me stop right here. I'm sure you all have a few friends, maybe even yourself, that refuse to go to the dentist because it terrifies you. You know, that drill, or you have to be put to sleep, because I know some dentists do that now. Well, that's what they're doing right here. They're putting it in your mind that this is something to be afraid of, because really, the dentist isn't anything to be afraid of. But in our mind, especially people that are my age or older, we remember the movies and everything where the dentist was drilling and just crazy stuff. Anyway, but this is what they want to put out. First, let me talk about this picture. This is one of the main reasons that the virus is spreading so fast and to so many people in China. I want y'all to look at this picture. And I'm sure everybody that's been in the medical field, or at least even familiar with it, can see what I'm talking about. You need to treat this thing like it's the flu, or worse. So why would just a mask be good enough? It's not. These people are very close together. They're all on their phones, not paying attention. People are probably sneezing on them. People that don't have masks, they might have one of them 5-cent masks. People are touching each other. This is spread quickly by touching other things. So in the subway, in the taxi cabs, in lines like this is how it spreads. Yes, you can catch it. From what we know, you can catch it through aerosol, meaning breathing it in. And droplets, of course, can get in your eyes and things like that. But the thing is, with viruses like this, it spreads so quickly because people, they think that you're going to get it breathing a lot faster. When somebody sneezes, that's when you worry, rather than being worried all the time. That's when you're going to get it. You're not going to know that somebody just wiped their hand on, somebody's saliva or something, whatever it is. You're not going to notice. Or somebody didn't wash their hands after they went to the bathroom, whatever. And you're all standing out here with millions of other people, thousands of other people, with your hands exposed, your clothes, your shoes. You're going to then walk into your house with your dirty shoes, with your clothes, and bring it into your house. That's how it's spreading so quickly. It's not rocket science. Maybe it is, because these people can't seem to figure out a dang thing. Anyway, let's continue. So they go on to say, getting tested for the coronavirus is far more difficult and uncomfortable than swabbing for the common flu, doctors and medical experts told the Post. You're sticking a swab all the way up to the back of their nose and throat, and it's uncomfortable for maybe 5 or 10 seconds. Dr. Lewis Cole, a director for Caremount Medical in New York. Flu samples, by contrast, are easily taken from the mouth, he said. Now let's stop right there. That's not absolutely true. A lot of people do nasal swabs for the flu. And you run the saline or for a strep. But, so what they're doing right here is already putting it in people's minds that, holy crap, they're going to stick a tube up my nose. I'm not even going to get tested. Everybody in the medical community knows this. People flip the crap out. Not everybody, of course, but there is a percentage of the population that is irrationally afraid of shots, of IVs, of having a tube shoved up your nose, when it's just a Q-tip. It's going to take you 5 seconds, for goodness sakes. 5 seconds, as long as you just relax, and then you're done. So why don't they just say that? No. They want to make you fearful and say, oh my gosh, this is horrible. As if they're not doing a bad enough job with this. Anyway, in rare cases, doctors may also try to get mucus from hard-to-reach parts of the respiratory tract. Well, that's just a sputum sample. You just make the person cough really well, and they spit into a cup. But actually now, they are able to diagnose this using a CT scan, meaning a CAT scan. So that's not even, you're not even have to do the actual swab, because they're running low on the swabs, and they have studied enough of these CAT scans to say that they can use that for, I guess, like the absolute, like if you don't have any of the test kits or whatever. And, you know, the wonderful CDC sent out defective kits to the U.S. Yeah. So, what's up with that? This is getting weirder by the day. I'd rather not make any rash comments. So I'll just stick to the facts, because I don't want anybody to be irrationally not worried about this. You see what I'm saying? The U.S. military preparing for coronavirus pandemic. This was a couple of days ago. This just seems strange to me. You know, I want everybody to be prepared, but I want you to be prepared for whatever may come. I feel that they are using this as a parallel situation to breach your freedom, because what's going on in China is quite strange. Now, granted, it is a lot different here in the U.S. because we don't all live in, stacked up buildings. So it is a little bit different. But I just want everybody to be aware of everything that's going on and read the articles. Don't watch the mainstream media news. They are trained, highly trained CIA assets, most of them. And so you may be watching something and not even realize that you're being emotionally subjected to their nonsense. So read articles, okay? And read them from all sides of the aisle. I don't care if you don't like CNN or you don't like whatever. You could still read it, because a lot of times the people that are writing these articles are much different people than the people that are actually on the news. But I find this very interesting. The White House does not have high confidence in China's coronavirus information. Well, if they don't, then how come they're being so casual about it? How come they haven't put a complete ban on any flights going in and out of China? They haven't done that. We have flights coming in all day. And from Hong Kong, I consider that part of China, because all they're having to do is take a little hopper plane from Beijing or whatever, or they're flying into Alaska and then coming down here or into Canada. But why aren't they doing that? Because it's all a show. They just want to tell you they don't have confidence in China, but yet in the back they're still all working together. That's what concerns me. You're going to say this, but then you're not going to do anything about it. But that's how our politicians work. So there are more than 60,000 confirmed cases now, but they're only saying there's 1,300 deaths. So we all are suspicious of that. But we also have all said that, most of us have said we need to shut down travel, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. The CDC director says coronavirus could stay in the U.S. through this year and beyond. I don't believe anything they say. I mean, take it with a grain of salt. Because we know they have ulterior motives. Always. Labs scramble to spot a hidden coronavirus. Oh yeah, apparently there's a new coronavirus also. So, I'm still looking into that. It's a second one. Well, I mean, technically it's like an 8th one, because we already had like 7 or 6 of them. But, I don't want to confuse anybody without all the information. But, you know, they supposedly do have this vaccine coming out. Let me just tell you. This is what I was concerned about. But I'm going to talk about this in a different video. The company, Innovo, is connected to this company called Bio-Rad. And I've been looking into them for about a month. And it looks like, I'm just putting this out here, and then I'm going to tell you more about it later. It seems that this Innovo that made this vaccine in supposedly 3 hours is connected to Bio-Rad. Very closely connected. And Bio-Rad makes essentially designer DNA. You know, like kind of like the CRISPR and doing these things with DNA and whatnot. And there's a lot of people throwing a lot of money into this company. And this company's right outside of San Diego, in what used to be called Hercules, California. And oddly enough, this is connected to Michael Riconosciuto. The guy, you know, the Inslaw affair, Promise Software. I mean, it's beyond insane to have him connected to this, but he is. But this also, y'all, this is a crazier story. That's why I want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row before I even tell y'all this. But I just wanted to give y'all a little update on this, because I know people have seen this vaccine thing. But, you know, that company is having a lot of money thrown at it. Hundreds of millions of dollars. When there are other companies that are just as good. You know, that should be able to compete for this. That's my biggest thing with these patents and these people with these vaccines and stuff. How come they don't do an open market? You know, like there was a scientist at MIT that created essentially a cure for about just like every virus with something that he created. I looked into it, and it's pretty amazing. And he actually got government funding for like his pre-trial, and everything came back 100%. It was amazing. But then apparently it was working too well, and they dropped him. And he's still an MIT scientist, and he doesn't seem to be like conspiracy minded. So he seems to be you see these people connected? Schwartz, David Schwartz. All very interesting names. Very interesting. But what was I saying? I forgot now. But, oh yeah, the MIT, he doesn't seem like he realizes what's really going on, that they don't really want a cure. They only want something that's going to prolong something. See, so it is called Hercules, California. Its headquarters is right there. $2.2 billion company that essentially nobody's heard of. But then when you trace things back to it, it's very, very connected with a lot of things. I just wanted to give y'all that information right now. But still, that doesn't mean this isn't happening. By no means. Because this is also connected. They very well could be connected to military DARPA projects and stuff like that. But, I don't want to say anything just because I want everybody to be 100% prepared. It still looks like it came from Antarctica initially. It's just, it looks like they might have had something to do with tinkering with it. But I don't want to make any kind of whatever. Sorry, I just wanted to update y'all. But my boys had baseball today and we had so much to do. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. Like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to help support my channel, you can do that in the pinned comments. We'll have the links. But bye, guys.